Okay, so I just wanted to record another video to give you a little bit more of insight into some of the potential returns from the Bitcoin mining. But before I go into that, I just wanted to show just a few things that have happened. See, with this where I'm showing my group, the Gold, Silver and Bitcoin mining group, this was only set up maybe, what, 6 weeks ago, and at that point the returns were 30 to 60% per year mining, and I thought that was great. That was enough for me to feel motivated to sort of jump into this. But since then, with the Bitcoin price going through the roof, I mean, we're literally running at like 160, 170% a year returns. So I might have to redo the banner. But I just wanted to run through this with you, some figures, because we've actually put a spreadsheet together, which I think is really really interesting to show what's possible on different people's budgets. Now, this came about because we started looking at what you could get if you did a business borrowing or a credit card or anything like that. One of my business partners has just got like a really large 25 grand credit card or something, and he actually put these figures together, and it was quite mind blowing, to be honest. So we looked at it and we thought, right, what if you had a 15 grand borrowing and you used, I'll just change the figures here, and you put 12,000 into mining and you used £3,000 to pay the minimum repayments at £250. So you got basically a year of not having to worry about repayments with it. In that period, in month one, as you can see, the return was 1,440 in the first month. So you buy more mining, which then means you've got 13,440 in month two, which then gives a bigger payout, 1,600. So you buy more mining, another £1,600 worth of mining. You just keep reinvesting this mining, and as you can see, when you get down to month 12, you've got £46,000 worth of mining power, and it's paying out £5,000 a month in Bitcoin. So in months 13 and 14, you pay off the credit card completely, and you've basically been left with a £46,000 lump sum of mining, which is churning out £5 grand a month. Kind of incredible. So that was the reasons for this spreadsheet being put together, but actually it's really useful just to show people what's possible if depending on what amount of money gets put in. Now, these figures were also done quite conservatively, which was so the current returns are higher than the rate of 12% that's in this column here. I think we're probably running at about 15%, 15% a month now because of the increased value of Bitcoin. But we started looking at it and saying, was it still profitable to do this if it dropped to 10%? And we looked at it and thought, over the year, you're still left with £37,000 worth of mining and 3,400 coming out. And what if, like, the bottom completely fell out of Bitcoin and it went to 25% of its existing value? It's still churning out £500 a month, and you've got £17,000 worth of mining power. So it was, it was more of a risk analysis, this, to see what would happen if you did kind of borrow and put into Bitcoin off the card. But if we look at this now, so let's take someone just as £1,000 sat in an ISA. So if they pop it in there, it's immediately going to be paying back £120 a month. And if you compound that for a year, that turns into £3,800 of mining, which is paying out £400 a year. Let's move forward another year and go to, so it's 2 years in, you've then got £15,000 and £1,600 a month. So £1,000, let's say it's just sat in an ISA doing nothing now, or a savings account, or premium bonds, or shares, or any of the other stuff that isn't static or making any money. Let's say that was just that £1,000 was put into mining and left for 2 years. For a lot of people, that £1,600 is it's their wage. It's what they're getting from their job. So it's like they've just doubled their wages. They've cleared, you can probably clear your mortgage inside 8 years or something if you were to just put all this money into mortgage payments. But then let's roll with it again and go further down. Let's go for another year. At the end of year 3, there's £59,000 worth of mining power, paying out £6,000 a month, and this is all from just £1,000 in. I mean, it's just the figures on this are insane. So let's jump up and let's say someone's got £3,000 to put in. At the end of year 1, it's £11,000 worth of mining, paying back £1,252. We go to the end of year 2. It's £45,000 worth of mining at £4,878. I mean, for most families, that's the family income. So, it's Two years in from a £3,000 in. Okay, so let's go from 3,000 up to 5,000. Okay, so immediately that's £600 a month that it's paying out, and within a year of compounding it, that's up to £2,000 a month. Go forward to year 2, and we're up to £8,000 a month. So now let's go to £10,000 invested. So that's 1,200 coming out a month. At the end of 1 year, that's compounded to 38,000 in mining, which is paying out £4,000 a month. At the end of year 2, that's gone to 151,000 in mining, which is then £16,000 a month. And then, I mean, when you start looking at year 3, you're talking nearly 600,000 in mining, £63,000 a month returns. Let's go to £15,000. That's £1,800 in month 1, going down to £6,000 a month coming out in the end of year 1. At the end of year 2, it's £24,000 a month. At the end of year 3, it's £95,000 a month. And then let's move forward to, let's say, 25,000 in up front. It's £3,000 a month return, £10,000 a month being paid back at the end of year 1. At the end of year 2, it's 40,000, and then it's just astronomical when you get to year 3. That's turned into £158,000 a month that's being paid back. So I think you can see for yourself the compounding nature of these figures is just incredible, and it caters to any budget, you know. And this is what I really like about this, is the fact that, you know, someone that can only afford to put £50 a month away is going to see a really decent return on it. And, you know, yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer to compound, but ultimately it's going to get there, and it's going to change, you know, their financial situation dramatically.